Your PhD proposal is your academic passport. It is your first serious intellectual test in the journey towards a doctorate degree. This document is not just a mere formality that you must complete. Instead, it forms the very foundation of your entire PhD journey. A well-crafted proposal can significantly make or break your chances for admission and, equally important, for securing crucial funding. Many aspiring doctoral candidates unfortunately underestimate the profound power held within these pages. They often treat the proposal as just another administrative hurdle to jump over, a box to be ticked. This, however, is a grave and often costly mistake that can have lasting repercussions. This essay will guide you meticulously through the vital process of crafting a truly compelling PhD proposal. We will dissect, in clear terms, why a strong and persuasive proposal is absolutely non-negotiable for any serious aspiring doctoral candidate. We will then proceed to break down all the essential components that constitute a winning proposal. For each component, we will explain precisely how to make that particular part shine brightly. Particular and focused attention will be given to the methodology section. This section is often the ultimate make or break element of the entire document. Finally, we will offer concrete, actionable tips to help your application distinctly stand out to demanding admissions committees. Our goal is to ensure you present your best, most prepared, scholarly self. Many brilliant and capable students unfortunately falter when they reach the proposal writing stage. A very common hurdle is the difficulty in defining a research question. The question must be both original, offering something new to the field, and also feasible to complete within the typical PhD timeframe. Another significant challenge involves conducting a truly comprehensive literature review. This review must not just summarize existing works, it must critically engage with the established scholarship in your area of study. Students also frequently struggle with articulating a clear and robust methodology. They often underestimate the sheer level of detail that committees expect to see in this crucial section. The pressures of academic scrutiny can also be incredibly daunting. Think of your PhD proposal as a preliminary yet formal contract. It is a contract between you, your potential supervisors, and the academic institution. This document clearly outlines what you intend to investigate and accomplish. It explains why your chosen research topic is important and relevant. Crucially, it details how you meticulously plan to achieve your stated research objectives. Beyond being a contract, it is also your personal roadmap. This roadmap will guide your research activities for the next 3 to 5 demanding years. A well-thought-out proposal provides essential direction. It helps you stay focused amidst the inevitable complexities and unexpected turns of doctoral research, signaling true readiness. Your introduction must immediately grab the reader's undivided attention from the very first sentence. You need to clearly state the research problem you are addressing. You must also articulate its undeniable significance to the academic field and potentially beyond. Why does this particular research matter right now? What specific gap in current knowledge will your proposed study successfully fill? Provide any necessary background information, but do so concisely and effectively. Your aim is to hook the admissions committee from the first paragraph. You want to make them genuinely eager to learn more about your specific project and your unique approach. This section lays a strong foundation. The literature review section is certainly not a simple book report or an annotated bibliography. You must demonstrate your ability to critically analyze existing research that is relevant to your topic. Diligently identify the key themes, the major ongoing debates, and the prevalent methodologies within your specific field of study. Most importantly, you must clearly pinpoint the precise gap in the literature that your research aims to address. Show the committee that you have thoroughly done your homework. Prove that you understand the current scholarly conversation and can contribute meaningfully to it. This section showcases your analytical skills and your capacity to synthesize complex information from various sources. Your research question or set of questions forms the very heart of your entire study. It must be absolutely crystal clear, sharply focused, and undeniably researchable. You must avoid questions that are far too broad, making them impossible to tackle effectively. Similarly, avoid questions that are too narrow, limiting the potential scope and impact of your findings. A good research question is arguable. It invites debate and exploration. It should directly and logically stem from the gap you have so carefully identified in your comprehensive literature review. Often, structuring this with one main overarching question, supported by a few specific sub-questions, works exceptionally well for clarity and direction. Clearly articulate what you realistically expect to find upon completing your research. What will be the tangible outputs of your extensive research efforts? This might include a doctoral thesis, several peer-reviewed articles, a new theoretical model, or even a practical toolkit. More importantly, you must explain the potential contribution your research will make to your chosen field of knowledge. Will it offer groundbreaking new theoretical insights? Will it provide practical applications for industry or society? Or perhaps it will challenge long-standing existing paradigms within your discipline. This section is where you showcase the true impact and lasting value of your proposed doctoral work. Be both realistic and ambitious here. The methodology section is arguably the most critical part of your entire PhD proposal. You must describe in meticulous and unambiguous detail precisely you will conduct your research. What specific research design will you employ to structure your investigation? Will it be primarily qualitative, quantitative, or will you adopt a mixed methods approach, combining elements of both? What specific methods will you utilize for data collection? These might include surveys, in-depth interviews, controlled experiments, ethnographic observation, or archival research. Crucially, you must justify these chosen methods are the most appropriate for effectively answering your specific research questions. This demands precision. Do not just list the methods you intend to use, you must thoroughly explain your rationale behind each choice. Why, for example, is a series of in-depth case studies more suitable for your specific research questions than conducting a large-scale quantitative survey? What are the inherent strengths and potential limitations of your chosen methodological approach? Importantly, how will you proactively mitigate any identified weaknesses or biases to ensure the credibility of your findings? You must also discuss any ethical considerations relevant to your study. Explain how you will address them, such as obtaining informed consent from participants or ensuring data privacy and anonymity for all involved. It is not enough simply to collect data. You absolutely need a clear and detailed plan for analyzing it effectively. If you are conducting quantitative research, you must specify the exact statistical tests you will use to examine your data and test your hypotheses. For qualitative research, you need to describe your systematic approach to data handling. This might involve detailed steps for coding textual or visual data, processes for identifying emergent themes, or methods for conducting discourse analysis. How will you ensure the rigor, reliability, and validity of your analytical process and your subsequent interpretations? This shows the committee you have thought through the whole research journey. Provide a realistic and well-considered timeline for completing your PhD, broken down into distinct phases or stages. Include clear milestones for key activities such as completing the literature review, obtaining ethics approval, the period of data collection, dedicated time for data analysis, writing individual chapters, and the final submission of your thesis. This detailed timeline demonstrates your project management skills. It also shows your clear understanding of the long-term commitment involved in doctoral research. Using a visual aid like a Gantt chart can be very effective here to illustrate your plan. Remember to build in some flexibility for unforeseen delays, as research rarely goes exactly as planned. Clarity is absolutely king when it comes to your PhD proposal. You must use precise and unambiguous language throughout the entire document. Strive to avoid unnecessary jargon wherever possible. If technical terms specific to your field are essential, ensure you clearly explain them for a broader academic audience. Your proposal must tell a coherent and compelling story. Each section should flow logically and seamlessly into the next, building a strong argument. Proofread your work meticulously for any grammatical errors, spelling mistakes, or typos. Even minor sloppiness can significantly damage your chances and undermine your credibility. Seek feedback before you submit. Admissions committees are always looking for proposals that are both genuinely original and demonstrably doable. Your research should ideally offer a fresh perspective on an existing issue or aim to tackle an underexplored area within your discipline. However, it is equally important that your proposed project is realistically achievable. It must be feasible within the typical PhD timeframe, usually 3 to 5 years. It also needs to be manageable with the resources that are likely to be available to you. Demonstrate that you have carefully considered all the practical aspects of carrying out your research. Balancing bold ambition with grounded pragmatism is key. Beyond its purely academic contribution, why should anyone outside your immediate field care about your research? Does your proposed study address a pressing social issue that affects many people? Does it offer potential solutions to a real-world problem currently faced by communities or industries? Does it have potential policy implications that could lead to positive changes? Highlighting the broader relevance and potential impact of your work can make your proposal much more compelling and memorable. Connect your specific research questions to larger societal concerns or ongoing public debates whenever possible. This demonstrates your vision and the potential for your work to make a meaningful difference. In summary, crafting a winning PhD proposal ultimately hinges on 3 core elements: clarity, relevance, and a robust methodology. Your proposal is your intellectual sales pitch to the academic world. Therefore, you must take the time to craft it carefully and thoughtfully. Do not be afraid to revise it multiple times based on feedback and your own critical reflection. Use this essay as a general guide, but also be sure to seek out resources that are specific to your discipline and your target institutions. Talk to current PhD students and experienced faculty members. Share your draft widely for constructive feedback. The significant effort you invest now will pay enormous dividends for your academic future.